Welcome to my travel videos. After having a good breakfast at the hotel Grand Noslavitvar in Zakopane, we proceeded towards the next place, that is Bratislava in Slovakia. That is around 330 kilometers from Zakopane, so it took a lot of time. After having a small break in between, we reached Bratislava, but as soon as we reached there, we had food at the Indian restaurant. This Bratislava is the national capital of Slovakia, and this is the only capital to border two sovereign states, that is Austria and Hungary. It is actually on the river Danube as well as on the river Morava. These are the beautiful scenic view which we witnessed when we drove to Bratislava, and this is historically known as Pressburg as in German, because a lot of German people stayed here, and this is the Indian restaurant where we had the lunch as soon as we reached Bratislava. And then once we got down, Miss Marina told us to get into these little trains so as to have a look of the small town. It has lots of small lanes and by lanes, so we were divided into many groups, and one train could carry only 5 to 6 people. And that train took us to all the lanes. That was a very beautiful town, as I should say. And this is the largest city of Slovakia. It is in the southwestern side of Slovakia, at the foot of the little Carpathian Mountains. As I told you earlier, it occupies both the banks of river Danube as well as the left bank of the river Morava. Here it was a coronation site, it seems, for almost 11 Hungarian kings and 8 queens were crowned here in St. Martin's Cathedral, the guide told us. We had a audio fixed to the train which kept on describing the streets wherever we went. So it is a coronation site as well as a legislative center of the capital of Kingdom of Hungary in those days. And the history of this place is influenced by various religions and nations like Czech, Croats, Germans, Hungarians, Jews, etc. Today, Bratislava is the political, cultural and economic center of Slovakia. It's a seat of Slovak president. Now the president is Zuzana Kapitova, and she is the first woman and also the youngest president of Slovakia, we heard. And the prime minister is Ludovit Odor, and they have a parliamentary representative democratic republic where the president has limited powers only. And the Slovakia was formed on 1st January 1993. Earlier, when we studied in our books, it was called Czechoslovakia. Then they negotiated with the Czech Republic. Then they got their independence on 1st January 1993. So this Bratislava is a seat of Slovak president, the parliament and the Slovak executive. And it has got lots of museums and galleries and lot of educational institutions also, we heard. Many financial institutions headquarters are also here. Why it has got the name called Pressburg? Because it was dominated by the Habsburg monarchy, and so the city has got a relevant ethnic German population, the guide told us. The currency here is euro, that is almost 88.60 Indian rupee value. You can see the beautiful small lanes, and it was raining on that day, so we had to carry an umbrella. You can see the raindrops on the windows, and the lanes had a lot of buildings which had carved doors which are beautiful, and this is a taxi what we saw there in the lanes. And these are old buildings. When we climb up a lot of stairs so we can have a city view. And these are the small lanes which had different type of architecture. They had lots of shops selling cakes, ice creams and snacks, etc. There were beautiful sculptures on the buildings which are quite old, but still they are in good condition. You can see the raindrops everywhere in the photo. Though it rained, it was not extremely cold, it was tolerable. We enjoyed the trip. And these are some of the streets of Bratislava, different colored buildings, you can see. And many people were on tour on that day also, but we didn't stay in Bratislava. We just passed by and then we were to go to Vienna and then we had to stay there. So this was only a just in the train we went round the town, and this is a tower clock. Everywhere you can see the drops of water in my photographs. And we took it from the small train in which we went. And these are side roads with some flower decorations, and lot of shops were there. This was a decorated door of a building. A lot of wooden doors which are decorated and polished and well maintained, we could see on all the buildings there. Old churches and their towers. Here also the roofs were red in many of the buildings. These are some of the statues which we witnessed. They were all looking quite old. They are black in color because of the reaction with the atmosphere. After one group finished the tour in that small train, we got down and then they were allowed to buy some souvenirs, or we can go for a walk. So we thought of going for a good walk over there with an umbrella on. And on the way we witnessed a lot of good big statues, a lot of ice cream shops and small fountains. It was a clean road with less crowd on that day because of raining. These are the beautiful statues what we saw on the way in the streets of Bratislava. The sculptures are all looking very beautiful. I think they were all made up of granite. So after a good tour of Bratislava, we proceeded towards Vienna. Even at that time it was raining only. So now again we are traveling from one country to another. That is, we are going from Slovakia to Austria now. On the way, Miss Marina told us there may be border checking of passports, and the same thing happened. 2 personnel entered our bus and checked everybody's passport. Throughout the way we saw a lot of windmills, as you can see. Now let us meet in the next video from Vienna. Thanks for watching my videos.